TripleG. Brace yourself for the things you'll see, from comic books to toys and more, and all cartoons that we adore. Pop culture, flicks, and geeky stuff. We love it all and can't get enough. So settle in and enjoy the show. Please hit like and subscribe before you go.
How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, you ginger Geordie Geek. We saw you, Mr. Keegan. We saw you.
I do a little. I always
little
do
bopping away.
I rock
bopping
out
away
every time. Yeah. It's caught me up there.
Anyway, sorry, we'll do that again. Scene. How we doing, YouTube? It's Peter here, your ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you are all well. We've got tons to get through tonight. Lots and lots of comic book and movie-related news and reviews. But we'll start off by saying hello to my usual pals. We've got James T. Keegan. Mr. Keegan, how are you?
Ayo, I'm very well. How are we? Everyone good?
Very good. Very, very good. Tuesday night, excited to be here. And Efren, Past Point Comics, how are you, sir?
Guys, I came here an hour early. I was rushing. I go, where's everybody at? There was a minute left. I was just getting in here, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot. We had daylight savings time last Sunday. So we jumped an hour ahead, but you guys didn't, obviously. But I was rushing and joined the group. But I'm doing fine, guys. Doing great.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I don't understand. I don't understand the whole point of this savings time rubbish. But anyway, never mind. It's good to see you. Good to have you here, pal.
We voted on it here in California to get rid of it.
All right.
5 years ago, and it passed. But politics being politics, they didn't do anything about it.
I think you've got other things to
it
worry. Mr. Sorrell, how are you, sir? How are you?
Oh, good, sir. How are you?
Not bad at all, pal. Not bad at all. Okay, guys, we've got, like I say, a lot to get through tonight. We've got a load of people in the chat already. Let's see who we've got. We've got Terry, Dead Man. Evening all. Good to see you, Terry. Hope you're doing well, pal. We've got Ash. Always nice to see you, Ash. Fuzzy. Oh, they're done up. Howard Diddlin. This should be interesting. Not bad at all, Fuzzy. Diddling well. Diddling well. We've got Wayne. Howdy, Wayne, you swine. Absolute swine. Do you guys remember Dynamic Forces? Do you remember Dynamic Forces on QVC?
Yes, I do.
So QVC, I can't remember the name of the guy. He's still quite big in comics, but he used to do all of the QVC comic book selling stuff, and he used to get a lot of signed books and stuff and all the rest of it. Wayne, about 25 years ago, bought 2 comics from QVC. I've got all kinds of QVC stuff. One was an X-Men book signed by Stan Lee, and one was a Batman reprint edition signed by Adam West. And he's recently found them in his loft and sent them off to CGC. I'm not interested in the Stan Lee one. You know, it's great to have a Stan Lee signature, but his Adam West book came back at a 9.8, and it's absolutely a thing of beauty.
Damn.
I haven't got a signed Adam West comic. I've got a signed Adam West and Burt Ward Batmobile, but that's on my list. So Wayne, very jealous of that, pal. Congratulations on the 9.8 Adam West. That's. I don't think he's done a lot of signed comics. You haven't got one in front of you. Signed Adam West?
Adam West now. I used to love the Batman series when it came out. I was a kid. I was under 10 years old, rushing home to go see that campy show, man.
Yeah. I'm very jealous of that one, Wayne. Superb. Rick, nice to see you, Rick. Hello, Peter. What's your favorite scary movie? Mine is an old film. We'll ask everybody in the chat in a second, so have a think about it. Mine is, I'm going to stick with the one I always say, brilliant film called Fright Night, which is about a vampire moving next door to a lad called Charlie. And he enlists the help of a retired kind of Hammer horror vampire killer who he just assumes, for whatever reason, is a real-life vampire killer called Peter Vincent. And it's a superb film, absolutely superb. If you're going to watch it, Rick, watch the original, not the remake. The remake's not bad, actually, but certainly none of the sequels that James made us watch.
No, you wanted to watch that. I believe. That's still one of my that is now my 3rd favorite horror movie. So I remember that's probably the biggest oh, I've never seen this. Oh my God, I love this that we've done on the channel. One of my favorite videos we've done as well.
Yeah. What about you, James? Favorite horror? Scream?
Halloween.
Oh, Halloween.
The original Halloween. That's my number 1. Scream would be my favorite franchise. I think it's the most consistent, one aside. But no, Halloween, the original Halloween, I think it's it originated a lot of the tropes. I think it perfected the formula, and just like I feel fuzzy every time I watch it. It's
you feel fuzzy. Lucky fuzzy. Lucky fuzzy.
Stroking up the lap, like
yeah. Efren, how about yourself, pal? I know you're not a massive horror fan, but
I think you guys know which answer I'm gonna say. Even now, just thinking about it, saying I only seen this movie once, and I was like, oh my god, just thinking about it now just bothers me. It's The Exorcist.
But that's it. So that's your favorite scary movie?
Well, yeah. I mean, I won't watch it again. I don't have that many favorite scary. I don't watch that many favorite scary movies. But the one that scared the bejesus out of me was The Exorcist.
Yeah.
That one. Even to this day, I will not watch that movie again. No way.
It's a good one. It's a
classic. Not even Sorrel. You guys tied me down and watch it. I would not watch that show.
I thought you'd have said The Lost Boys, to be fair.
Lost Boys is a good one.
That's a good one. Yeah.
What about you, Sorrel? Which is your favorite?
Bride of Chucky for me.
No, yeah.
It was the first one I ever watched. It's my favorite.
Bride of Chucky. I don't know. I've seen the full thing. I'll have to go back and watch that. Yeah.
So good.
Luke, nice to see you, pal. Let me know in the comments, guys, what your favorite scary movie is as well. Luke, good to see you. Good evening, all. Happy day before new comic book day. Yeah, and there's some good ones. We're going to touch on that later on. But there's some nice books coming out tomorrow. Chris of the Bell, how does everyone feel about cheese twists? I'm indifferent, Chris. I'm indifferent. You guys have deep thoughts about cheese twists?
I love cheese twists, but they're too high calorie for me to eat now. But I used to love dipping them in hummus. Really nice in hummus.
Okay.
Are we talking like cheese twists from like Greg's, like cheese straws?
No, I'm presuming like those dry, weird kind of synthetic
pastry kind of thing. Isn't it?
I say Chris is from my end. I'm not sure he's talking about a pastry-based product. Chris, are we talking pastry-based, or we're talking about that kind of horrific, cheesy kind of plastic stuff that comes in a packet?
Oh, like a cheese string.
Yeah.
Oh, I love cheese strings. I also love. I don't dip them in hummus though, but I love a cheese string.
Efren, what are your thoughts on cheese twists?
I'm still trying to figure out what the hell cheese twists are. So, is that a British or UK thing, or up there? Or
I think so.
I don't know.
In our country, if we can put it in pastry, we will.
Exactly. Deep fry it.
If we can deep fry it on pastry, we will.
Yeah. We've got Bat Dan. Nice to see you, Bat Dan. Always a pleasure, my friend. Love them straight, Chris. Okay. Not quite sure what that's in reference.
I'm assuming, my guess is that he like bites into the whole thing rather than peeling the bits of string off of it.
We're talking cheese strings. Sorry, I'm with you. I'm with you. I didn't know what he was.
You just raw dogs that go straight in. Bite,
Evening, Joshy. Nice to see you, pal. Evening. Concentration phase. Evening. Good to see you, bud. Rick, I just got the Inferno, Ghostface, and Normal. Welcome to Derry figure from NECA. I've sent my setups to Super Sorrow. Very nice. Nice figures there, pal. Pastry ones. Banging, Chris. Chris, thank you for derailing. We're only, how many minutes in? 6 minutes in or something. What time for my sound not to work? Can I have this in sign language, please? I don't know how to mime a cheese twist, I'm afraid, Andrew. When I get the NECA Ghostface, I'm upset with Ghostfaces now. I've sent all my Jill Keynes as well. Oh, nice. Very, very nice. That'll be very cool. Yes, that's him, Fuzzy. That's him. I think he's still around, I think. But yeah. Leon, good to see you, pal. Hope you're doing well. To think the day before I sent it off, I came close to selling it for 300 quid to a comic buyer at a Comic Con who said that was a cheap price. Yeah, I watched your video on it. You dodged a bullet there. I think that's worth a lot more than that, Wayne. My favorite scary movie is all of them. It's cheesy, black and white. And my favorite is Carnival of Souls. Oh, I see. Have you guys seen Carnival of Souls?
No, I don't know.
You muted sorry.
I didn't realise that Carnival of Souls was in black and white, though. I thought Carnival of Souls was with Robert Englund, is it not? Am I thinking of a different film?
I don't think I've heard of.
Isn't it Wes Craven film, Carnival of Souls?
I'm not sure.
I'll have a Google.
Forget the good books, bring me the bad ones. Prefer salt and vinegar twists. Nice, Simon. I was talking about the pastry delight, not a cheese straw or plastic cheese. A deliciously baked pastry and cheese intertwined. Do you know what?
Pastry go together so well.
Do you know what, Chris? I don't believe I've ever had a cheese twist. Now I know me and you are meeting up in a month or two's time, Chris. So you're going to have to introduce. Oh no, we're going to have ice cream as well. I can't have pastry and ice cream. Well, I can. Let's just throw caution to the wind.
I've never known you to be restrained when it comes to food. We went for
how dare you? You've got a
deep
nerve.
dish pizza, and you got a fucking starter as well.
I did. Yeah. He runs Dynamite Comics. That's right, pal. Yeah. Superstar needs to find out Ghostface plural. Superstar needs to find out Ghostface.
Because on my channel, I often take the mic and say, "What is the plural of Ghostface?" Because there's always two of them. Is it Ghostface?
Oh, I see. Ghostfaces. We'll add that to the list. We're going to have a busy day. Bacon and cheese twist from Greg's. Right. Let's talk some comics, guys. Let's talk some comics. Bit of news to chat through today, as usual, guys. We're going to start off with this. This is the very sad news that Michael Halperin, who was the original creator, really, of the He-Man story Bible, has sadly passed away. I don't know if you know really the background to the creation of He-Man, but basically the toy company knocked back Star Wars, said they didn't want Star Wars, and then created their own kind of character. They made the toys first, but didn't really think through what the characters or the universe should be and all the rest of it. And this chap basically wrote the first Bible, the first kind of plan of what the characters should be and all the rest of it. Because initially when He-Man first came out, it was just madness. The initial comics that you got with the action figures bear no resemblance to the cartoon, which bears very little resemblance to the actual later comic books by DC Comics and all the rest of it. So yeah, very sad that he's passed away. Good age of 91, mind. But yeah, sad to hear that. Efren, you sent us this. Coco 2 is confirmed for 2028.
Yeah, that was a Disney, I believe it's Pixar film. I've seen the first one. Mexican people, the Day of the Dead is like November 1st and 2nd, right after Halloween. It's where they honor the dead, and it was based on that, So they're going to do a Coco 2. The first one was excellent. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think I've seen the first one. I think, yeah. You guys fans? Sorrel, you just mentioned you're a fan of that?
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a very good movie. It's the one where his grandmother's sort of like getting older and she's got, I think, like Alzheimer's kind of thing, and she's forgetting. Yes. Music helps her remember, basically, by the end of the film. It's a great film.
Yeah, great film. Yeah, so they're going to do a Coco 2, and fingers crossed,
Mm-hmm. So it's the one film that could bring me to tears every bloody time, that ending bit where he sings the guitar to his grandmother. Oh my God, heart, man.
I don't remember it. I have to say, I know I've seen it. It was one of the ones that I watched with the kids, but I don't remember it. James, you seen it?
No, skip this one. I haven't. I'm rarely ever it's only if I'm like with a girlfriend or something that like I watch Pixar movies, unless it's like The Incredibles or something. I've never sat at home thinking I'll stick a Pixar thing on Disney Plus.
Well, that's some good ones. There's some good ones.
Oh, yeah, no, I love like any of them I watched. I love like Onward was an incredible one. Like I went back and watched like Moana not too long ago and stuff, and I thought they were great. But I'm never on my own at home thinking I'll stick a Pixar thing on.
So yeah, interesting. Is this the one that you'll see at the cinema, Efren, or are you going to wait for this to come out?
I seen the first one at home, and I go, man, I wish I would have seen this in the cinema. I think it'd be better going to cinema to watch this. So,
sorry, Efren, I'm just
Fuzzy, you like fucking Batman. So, like, I mean, who are we talking here? Are we judging people on what they like? That's a very hypocritical comment to make.
Fuzzy, Mr. Keegan seems a bit agitated tonight, so just be aware, right? He's already spat his drum on a couple of occasions. Do you know what I mean? Christ. Anyway, this is an interesting bit of news. I think it was Batman that sent us the thing on the right here, but Frank Miller is going to be coming to the UK. He's coming to London to do one of his live in conversation things, which is really interesting. They've not announced that he's going to any comic shops or anything like that to do signing events. I kind of just assumed he would be if he was in the UK. But this is a bit of an interesting thing. If I was closer to London, not that I'm a huge fan of Frank Miller, but if I was closer to London, I dare say I would pop in and get a ticket for this. Just alongside this as well, Batman did send us this. Waterstones, if you are interested, guys, they'll sell out fast, these, I think. Frank Miller's book, Push the Wall, is up for sale in Waterstones at the moment, and they've got signed editions for around about 25 quid. So if you're after one of those, jump on. I would try and get it done sooner rather than later, because I don't think there's going to be many of them.
If you're a Waterstones member, you can get dibs early on them as well. Can't you? The signed edition books, you get dibs early if you're a Waterstones member. It's worth it. It's free.
I mean, he's an interesting chap. He's a controversial chap at times. I've got my own thoughts about his artwork, but it'll be an interesting one to go to. I'm quite into these in conversation type things. I noticed that there was a one last year with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think Sylvester Stallone's done similar kind of things. Is something you guys would be interested in? Efren, have you met Frank? You've met Frank, haven't you?
I met him. I was at San Diego Comic-Con the last day. I was relaxing inside a hotel because I was wiped out. And all of a sudden he just walks right past me, and I just went, oh my God, that's Frank Miller, and I took a quick picture with him. And that was how I met Frank Miller, one-on-one conversation with him, this was about 2 years ago, and he looked very fragile back then, years ago. So,
I mean, I know Fuzzy's a fan, so I don't want to speak ill, but he doesn't look like a healthy specimen sometimes, I think, when you see him.
But it was cool meeting him really quick, and I took a picture of him. I sent it to one of our chat group, that I had. That was it was, one-on-one conversation with Frank Miller.
What about you guys? James, Sorrell, have you ever been to any of these, not necessarily a comic artist, but any of these kind of conversation type shows where you just sit in the chat about the careers and things?
No, there's been a few I've seen that would have been interested in, but I never had the drive to. I was at with George R. R. Martin. It was sort of like this, but there was this movie screening as well. They were showing his Forbidden Planet, like his favorite sci-fi movie. There was a bit of a talk before and after it, but not like just a full pan. Like, this is basically a Comic-Con panel, but just on its own, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, like there was a Henry Winkler one, I think, like a year or two ago.
Yeah, that's right. There was a really bizarre one up the northeast, and I'm presuming he toured with it as well. But there was some, because I thought I was dreaming when I saw it. Some orchestral band came to the Sage, which is our big kind of music venue for opera and things like that, not pop music. And it was this orchestral band thing with Bill Murray. And I was like, what?
Sounds familiar, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is it? And so when I looked into it, it was like he likes this band, so he rocks up with them, and I think he stands and talks on stage. I don't think he plays an instrument or anything exciting like that, but it's like, well, just odd. Anyway, there you are. Sorrel, what about you? You ever been to anything like this?
Yeah, I've done a couple of them over the years. Like, my dad took me to see David Prowse when I was younger, like an evening with David Prowse kind of thing about Star Wars. That was kind of like the first one I ever did. But I've done a lot of like the ones with wrestlers. So like I've done like an evening with Bret Hart and things like that. I like listening to the stories from the road and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'd love to do one with like Undertaker or something. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I did a one. I know it's slightly different. It's not really comic or pop culture related, but some of you guys in the chat will know, will have heard of Andy McNabb, famous pilot. Right. I did a talk with him once, which was really interesting. And I can't remember the name of the guy. Fuzzy messaged us to say he knew the name of the guy, but it was a bloke who'd worked for the CIA, and he did a really interesting talk about being basically blacklisted and kicked out of the CIA because he exposed their torture methods and things like that. He was really interesting. Rick, when I watched Scary Movie, Tim Curry was in it. Yeah, I like Tim Curry. Curry. Jack, nice to see you, pal. Hope you're well. Not jumping the gun, but is anyone grabbing Bleeding Hearts 2? I thought the first issue was cracking. Fuzzy got his the other day. He must have, because he messaged to say it was really good, I think. Yeah, it's another great issue. Mine arrived yesterday. See the benefits of pre-orders there. You put it up on Instagram, I think, Fuzzy, didn't you? That's where I've seen it. Saying it was a good one. Loved the first issue. I was away this weekend, and I visited a brick and mortar comic shop, which is always a love of mine to do. And they had that book, Bleeding Hearts, so I picked up a couple of copies, another one for myself, and the one to stick in the giveaway box to try and get people reading it. Wayne wasn't a fan of Coco. They also announced Monsters Inc. 3. Ooh, interesting. And Incredibles 3.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like that.
They've announced a lot, to be fair.
Yeah. There's not a Monsters Inc. 2, though. It's Monsters University, isn't it?
University.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah,
will be
must-
like a sequel to the first movie.
A sequel to the first movie, I believe.
Oh, deadly, okay.
They've not said otherwise yet because obviously it's too early in production. But yeah, it could be a sequel to the university one for all we know. I don't know.
Yeah. You've got to be dead inside not to enjoy a Disney film. Super Sorrow, why wasn't there a live on Sunday?
Because I wanted a night off.
Inquiring minds want to
How
know.
dare you?
How dare I have a day to myself?
Did you lose any viewers?
No.
Any subscribers?
It went right over your head. I knew what you mean, and Fuzzy. We're judging people on what they like. Isn't that all that usually happens here? Oh, here we go. As much as I love Uncle Frank, I'm too worried he's got some questionable opinions that may change how I feel about. Yeah, what was the? Didn't he do a book which was quite controversial a while ago? Fuzzy, was it it was a Batman one, I think. Was it Holy Terror or something? And I think he put some quite questionable stuff in there, I think, at one point, which was a bit rough. Rick, when I was watching Scary Movie, I was telling myself to pre-order that new Ghostface with the Scary Movie mask. That's the other signed comic I've sent off to CGC, Batman Spawn, signed by Frank Miller. Nice. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that series. 2 issues, I think, didn't they? There's a Marvel and DC version. Frank's art from Daredevil to Sin City is superb. Everything since Sin City has been pretty ropey. Can't disagree with that. He'll be a proper theatre, I imagine, and properly interviewed. Yeah, I think so. I was watching Rambo recently because in Gremlins 2, Gizmo dressed up like Rambo. Love a bit of Gremlins. I thought I prefer the first one to the second one. Wayne, love the Rambo films. Stylized, beg to differ. He was planning to be at Thought Bubble 3. I remember that. So he was meant to be coming to Thought Bubble, but the binned him, didn't they? Because of his that's why I'm sticking in my head about the controversial opinions. So they decided
if you just put the words Frank Miller and questionable views into Google, it gives you a very nice long response, mate.
Yeah,
he's got a lot of very questionable thoughts.
I remember at the time there was a lot of people quite excited to see him, and then the organisation, whoever organises Thought Bubble, chose to uninvite him, shall we say, which was interesting.
From reading, I believe he's quite a reactionary kind of person. When things happen in the world, he reactions a lot of verbal stuff. Let's put it that way.
Closest to the kind of event was being dragged to see John Nichol, pilot who got shot down from the first. Yeah, I saw that one as well. Went to that one as well. I think my 2 favourite NECA Jasons are Jason Takes Manhattan and Jason Goes to Hell. Nice stuff. If you think I was judging and watching Pixar, the joke went right over your head. I got it, Fuzzy. You're implying that he was hanging around with young children.
I think that was nobody was questioning that was what you meant, Fuzzy. You know, like
I think Andrew was. Okay, guys, here we'll go. A little bit more interesting news. I don't know if you saw this. This bloke put out this picture of, and I'm not making a judgment on this because I don't understand it. I don't understand what the purpose was. But the guy with the little goatee type beard thing put out this image of himself holding all of these comics, basically saying he found these in a kind of a loft thing when he was out hunting. And it's incredible find. Lots of people then commented and said, this is amazing, well done, blah, blah, blah. He's known in the community. He is known in the community. And then the other bloke kind of bounced back and said, hang on a minute, that's the exact same picture as me from months ago where I found all of these comics in a loft somewhere. And when people have looked at it, you can quite clearly see that he's kind of superimposed his body top half onto the original image. And I just don't understand why the hell someone would do that. So the comments exploded with loads of people backing the guy with the beard, saying, oh, I know this guy. He's a great seller. He came on and challenged lots of people and said, no, these are definitely my comics. Lots of people then came out and said that the other bloke is great and, he's definitely genuine. I just don't understand what anybody gets from this crap. Any of you seen this or heard of this kind of thing?
Just for attention, isn't it? Really, like it's it's kind of sad why you would.
Isn't it?
Like, oh, I found all this stuff at the thing. It's like for the likes and the clicks and stuff.
Efren, you know about this?
Just by coincidence, Rise post. I sent them a message afterwards.
Right.
And I said, wow, what a pickup. When are you going to start selling them? And he got back to me and he's telling me, when he's going to start selling the books. I went, damn, what a collection. I just congratulated him on it.
As you feel the fool now, Efren.
Yeah. So he said, yeah, I'll let
you didn't buy it. He said, yeah, but you didn't send it.
I said, wow.
But this is the strange thing. Again, with all of this kind of, we talked, didn't we, last week on the show about media and things like that, or the week before, can't remember. I haven't got a Scooby-Doo which of these guys is genuine or telling the truth, but there can be absolutely no doubt that that's the same picture, just with a different person's top half of the body on. Yeah. The comic placement, the stuff behind, everything's identical. So it's the same image. They're both claiming it's them. They both have got people on either side saying, I know this guy, it's genuine, blah, blah, blah. So where in the hell is the truth in that? It just makes no sense.
But like, one of them would have had to have posted it first for the other one to take it.
Yeah.
So if the guy who's claiming this is my photo should be able to screenshot when he posted it somewhere months ago or weeks ago and show like, yeah, this is, rather than just posting the picture directly, just like post a screen grab. Hey, it's here. This is where I posted this thing. This is where this guy's after getting it.
Just weird, isn't it? And again, like I say, James, I think you've hit the nail on the head. When I'm saying, why would you do this? Because I don't think he's a scammer in terms of selling books, because he's well known in the community. Is it just for an attention thing? And look at me, what I've got. I don't know. So. It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird.
Fair,
see if he comes.
Slap that image into an AI like ChatGPT, and then upload your own headshot and just ask it to super, and it will do it.
Yeah.
It's so easy to fake them these days, isn't it? It's so easy.
Yeah. Just weird.
I don't know why you would, but you can.
Yeah. Okay, guys, moving on. I don't know if we knew this or not already. I'll look to my horror experts, Sorrel and James. We knew that there was a Netflix animated Ghostbusters thing coming out. Did we already talk about the fact that it's from a ghost's perspective?
Don't think so. This is news to me.
It's weird, isn't it?
Mm.
I would have thought that like if they were like a new Ghostbusters thing would be kind of in the vein of the real Ghostbusters or something like that, or like the kid characters or something. That's interesting though. I kind of like. For that, are you doing Casper basically just with Ghostbusters in the kind of background or something, or is it going to be?
Or they're doing more of that? Like, is it called like School Spirits or something with that girl from Cobra Kai in it? That's been quite popular. I know they're about 3 seasons of that now.
I'm wondering if they're going to try and make the iconic Ghostbusters logo character the main character or something, and you sing it through hers, it's, don't know what gender it is, that thing's eyes. Do you know what I mean?
Is it going to be like scary, or is it going to be, just funny?
I'm assuming it'll be in the same vein as what that new Stranger Things television series is going to be in. I don't think it's going to be. It's going to have to be it's going to have to be acceptable to younger audiences and families if it's a cartoon. They're going to have to go down that route.
But they can't just be the same thing, though. Like, it has to have its own identity as a, Ghostbusters thing.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it going to be pre-Ghostbusters, or is it going to be, like, during Ghostbusters?
Don't know yet. Don't know if this is, like, the kid characters from the new ones, if it's going to be the original ones, if it's going to be a whole team of new Ghostbusters. We don't know.
Okay.
Interesting. We'll see. We've mentioned this a few times about the Hush book being massively delayed. I have to be honest. I never really thought about who was responsible for the delay as such, but Jeff Loeb has come out and defended Jim Lee regarding the delays, and he made some weird comment about saying basically, you've got the biggest head honcho of DC Comics, you just need to kind of understand that there will be delays with his artwork. So it is looking like it's kind of on Jim Lee's feet in terms of the delays, which I think is absolutely atrocious. This guy is the head of DC Comics pretty much, and I understand there's delays with art, but a massive launch like this, and it's actually on his feet. I think that's terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, just thought I'd mention that Jeff Loeb has come out and said that. Sorrel, you sent us this Dungeons and Dragons fan expo. What's this all about?
Yeah, so has a So Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast are doing like a Fan Expo Comic-Con style thing for Dungeons and Dragons specifically. There'll be traders and a market hall and all that kind of stuff, but there's also going to be a live D&D like event. You know, like that Critical Role and things like that is becoming quite a popular thing now. Have you seen that one?
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
So like the Last of Us actors are in that, and I can't get like photo shoots at Comic Cons because there's so many fucking Critical Role fans hounding them. You know, like they sell out straight away. It's crazy how popular it is.
Yeah, so there's going to be like because that is going to be the headline event. Basically, there's some of the biggest names in D&D taking the stage at the O2 Arena, doing a D&D campaign live in front of an audience, and there's all sorts going on. It looks really cool, actually. To be fair, I'm a big D&D guy, and this will like really pique my interest.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say I quite like the sound of this. Is this the first one they've done? Then I don't know if I've heard.
I think it might be the first one in London. I'm not sure. They probably have had D&D expos in America, I would assume, especially in like San Diego and stuff. But I think this is the first one in London.
Yeah, sounds cool. Okay, Yeseti SM. Have you guys seen the House of the Dragon season 3 trailer yet? No, not yet, pal. No, not yet.
Yep.
Is it out?
Yeah, it came out just after the Duncan Egg finished.
All right.
Immediately. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Some cool like action battle sequences in it. Exciting.
Good stuff. I'll look forward to seeing that. Luke, you convinced me to get a Kevin Wells commission. He's amazing, mate. Kevin is an absolute incredible artist, and he's got a ridiculous special offer on this month. I think 30 quid for a commission or something like that, which is absolutely insane. So yeah, please go check that out. Is he questioning the original guy's story? I can't see any other reason for it. Yeah, I just don't get it. Don't get it, pal. Me and Super Sorrel will have to rewatch the Scary Movie because they're making a Scary Movie 6. You can do it together. That'd be nice. Well, I hate one of them for faking the picture and the other one for having those books. And I don't care which is which. Yeah. Very sad for whichever tosser is in the wrong. I'm waiting for Wayne to come out with the original. Yeah. That would be interesting, Andrew. Egon. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Maybe don't do CGC signings and sketch commissions for lots and lots of money and finish the chuffing book. Yeah, I agree. Leading by example or not. Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. I'm absolutely with you. You can't defend the quality of the art in Hush 2. It's piss poor. Do you know what? I haven't read any of it, Fuzzy. I think in my mind, I thought I'm just going to hold fire and read it when it's finished. So I just kept away from it. But yeah, that's a shame if he's because Jim used to be one of the big artists. 30 quid for an A4 or cover. Yeah, it's absolutely insane prices. Absolutely insane prices. So please do go check out Kev over on Instagram. Efren. What in the hell is this you've sent us?
I just seen this it came out like a week ago by, I believe it's by Sideshow Collectibles. They're just going to be selling these little plaques of the Infinity Gauntlet, and each one, and the stones are going to be in them too. So I just found this kind of interesting. I'm not buying it, but I've seen the price.
Yeah, it's about $1.50, isn't it?
Yeah, over $1,000. I went for this. I go, dang, man. So I just found it interesting, But then, of course, I clicked on the link, and it took me to the webpage for the price, like $1,500. So I'm like, who's gonna buy this? I found that interesting until I seen the price, and I said, nah, But it's crazy, They're like little aluminum cans, if I remember it, or aluminum coverings, and it has all the Infinity Gauntlet issues, and it comes with the stones also, and it comes in a briefcase. But the price, I go $1,500. I go, wow. I just thought that was outrageous, the pricing for it. When people said they want it, but that's the Infinity Stone. I said, not me.
I had a look at the video on this, Efren, because I just didn't understand what the hell it was.
Yeah.
And it's like you say, it's like the trading card size, but they're quite thick, and they've got gems embedded in them. Yeah. £1,500. I don't know what the number of ones that were made is, but there's only 12 left. So they're saying basically these things are almost sold out. Just mental. Mental. Any of you guys going to be rushing to pick one of these up then?
I mean, I'd rather save the money and buy a nice comic book.
Yeah.
How do you justify that price though? Like that's.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
It's almost sold out. You know.
What
sold
are the,
out.
what are the like the stones made of? Like it's just plastic.
It's
Surely,
no, it's proper gemstones. Proper gemstones.
Gemstones. Yeah.
But
Still.
I'm not a gemstone man. I don't know how expensive these things are, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Andrew saying, remember when this hobby was for kids? When did it start getting means tested? Yes, stuff like this is very, very pricey. Someone will buy it. Well, people obviously have, Luke, because like I say, they're nearly sold out, pal. I don't know what the edition size was. Do you know what I mean? But so I don't know how many they created. It just does note for us. Just does note for us, I have to say. But yeah, interesting. Friend, this is you as well. Oscars.
Yeah, I'm a big Oscar fan. I've been watching the Oscars since I was a kid. You know, something that's coming up this upcoming Sunday, hosted again by Conan O'Brien. He's a pretty funny actor, so he's going to be hosting it again. And it's this Sunday here at 4 p.m. my time here, so it's probably about midnight over there that it's going to be showing. You know, so I've always been a big fan of the Oscars. That's the one award show that I watch. You know, so.
Cool. I love the Oscars. I used to love it more when it was like Billy Crystal and people like that doing the opening bit. Conan O'Brien's not a guy that I'm particularly familiar with. I saw him on Hot Ones and I really liked him on that, but he's not one of the American kind of talk show hosts I gravitate towards. What about the rest of you guys?
I like him in everything I've seen him in. I watch a lot of clips of his like interviews in the 90s and some of his routines and stuff like that. I found him like very like just inoffensive and likable. Do you know what I mean? Like I think there's not many people out there that don't like Conan. I think.
I heard next year, I believe the network here is going to go on YouTube. The Oscar. Yeah. I'm not sure how that's going to work. You know, it's going to be on directly only on YouTube, or are they going to broadcast on some different type of channel also?
No, I think it's just literally just YouTube. Like the way the Game Awards gets more viewers now than the Oscars. I think that they're trying to tap into that kind of. More young people will watch.
I wonder if it's on YouTube, are they going to use swear words? People are going to be more they won't have to hold back. Not that they swear that much on the Oscars, but every now and then they beep them out.
Fuzzy, that's the best joke of the night. Well done. I preferred him as a brother. I haven't watched the Oscars in years. Me neither. Like I say, I used to watch. I wouldn't dream of watching the full thing. I tend to watch the opening monologue, and then if there's any kind of interesting bits. But I've not got the interest anymore in this kind of stuff.
Pete, why have you got a photo of me with my shirt off there?
Your wife sent it to us. So this right. Spoilers. Spoiler warning for Batman. Spoiler warning for Batman. This was in 2 weeks ago's issue, and I just thought it was quite interesting. So that, believe it or not, gentlemen, is the follow-on series to the Hush we've just talked about. Now, Fuzzy of the Dunlop recommended Batman. I dropped off it after the first 2 issues because I just couldn't get into it. But he said it was good. So I went back and read the latest issue, which is basically Batman visiting the Joker. That's the Joker. Where he's recuperating in this kind of, what do you call the tank thing on Star Wars, Mr. Keegan?
Back to tank?
Yeah, it's like one of those kind of things where he's just bobbing in the fluid kind of thing. And his psychologist is there chatting and stuff, and Batman's talking to him, and it was really interesting. And actually, it made us fall back in love with Batman a little bit. So I will be reading on. So here's the spoiler bit. All right. As Batman's kind of walking away from him, saying, you haven't given us anything here, Joker says something along the lines of, I wanted to warn you that they're coming for you. They're going to, there's stuff happening and they're coming for you. And he says, yeah, whatever, I'm not worried. He goes, no, you don't understand. They're coming for you, Bruce Wayne. So he knows that Batman is Bruce Wayne, which I don't know that we've had before. And it was just really interesting. I thought that's a really interesting new dynamic to add to it. Have we had that before? Can any of you remember?
I feel like there's in at least one version he knows. I'm sure it's one of the animated series, but he knows, but he just doesn't use it or reference it because it ruins the fun of like Joker doesn't want to know who Batman is because that's how half the fun is gone. He'd also be very disappointed if he did know. It's like, it's just this billionaire guy. But I think like there's a version where he knows, but he doesn't take advantage of it because he thinks it's unfair. Like he's sort of like, that's no fun to just go and shoot you in front of your butler or whatever. Like, I feel like it's one of the cartoons or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like he
Well,
does know, but he just doesn't.
Well, had the Death of the Family kind of series a while ago, not Death in the Family, Death of the Family. And it was kind of implied, but I don't remember it being announced that he knew who Bruce Wayne was in that series either. Some of you guys in the chat are better at Batman than me, so please let us know if we're wrong, if this is been done before. If not,
Google is telling me Joker frequently rejects clues about Bruce's identity, believing that knowing would ruin the joke of their relationship. Whether that's true or not, that's what Google's throwing back at me.
Okay,
Is that from the top part?
Yeah,
Like
that's
the
the
first
AI
thing-
overview.
AI, yeah.
They're taking it from Reddit, I believe.
Interesting. A couple of people are saying the Batman issue was brilliantly executed. I thought I jumped in at this point, so hope the rest isn't a load of rubbish. What are the previous issues like? Yeah, Luke. So I read issue 1 and 2 and didn't blow us away. I jumped back in with this issue and I loved it. So I might go back and I'll probably buy it in trade paperback, to be honest, and read the full run and see what it's like. Fuzzy's saying a great issue it was cracking. The way the Joker is designed here reminded me how we've seen the villains in Absolute Batman. Yeah. Very creepy. Very, very creepy. This was interesting. So this is the chap who designed and came up with the Spider-Man noir character. I don't know what advanced notice he's had of the Spider Noir show. I don't know whether he's seen the scripts or the show or whatever, but basically he's saying it's got no resemblance at all to the character he designed. It's barely recognizable. He makes comment about the hat as well, saying that the hat is ridiculous. Did Spider-Man Noir not have a hat when he was originally designed?
He wears a fedora.
Yeah, so I don't quite understand why he made particular comment on that.
I'm assuming he's just going off of what's in the trailer, and he's probably referencing the fact that it's Bill Riley and like it's an old.
No, he likes that. He likes the fact.
Okay.
Yeah, because he likes that it's not his character. He likes that it's not Spider-Man. Okay. It separates this from his character. He says.
Okay. Well, I don't know what he's referring to then.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's not going to stop us watching the show, put it that way. Ephraim, you've got a lovely back garden. I think this would look class in your back garden. This is Beast Kingdom, I believe. The Dark Knight Rises memorial statue. I think it looks absolutely phenomenal. It's huge. $7,000, Ephraim.
How much?
$7,000.
Okay.
You gonna get one?
That does look awesome. If I had $7,000 to spare, I would put it in my backyard, but I have a room in my backyard to do it. I think it would be cool looking, just put it so the birds can eat off of it, in my backyard.
Got a better idea for you, Ephraim. Got a better idea for you. I'm presuming you've got a gate to get into your house or a gate to your back garden.
Yeah.
Like in England, we'll have lion statues. You can have one at either side. So get yourself two. You can have one at either side. I know, it look class.
That does look cool, man. Oh my gosh, I'm kind of tempted to get that.
Is it real bronze or something?
No, it's not real bronze. So it'll be placky. I don't know what it's made of, to be honest. I didn't look.
Is it sturdy enough to put outside and survive the conditions?
I'm assuming so. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that is cool though.
Fuzzy, for $7,000, I'll stand in your garden 12 hours a day. I think it's spectacular. I think it's lush. I don't know, and I guess we'll come back to Andrew's comment earlier about how much collectibles cost these days. I remember when they did the life-size, I can't remember if it was Sideshow that did it, the life-size Hulkbuster, which was like $10,000 or something. Who's buying this stuff? It's phenomenal. I mean, comic shops, maybe. I can't imagine private collectors are buying this, but I can imagine museums or comic book shops or something like that might go for this kind of thing.
I think there's just some extravagant nerds out there, man. I think you have your Silicon Valley guys who have $200 million in the bank and they want their super nerd cave, and $7,000 is nothing to have a cool Batman statue.
Now, now that I look at it, if I would buy this, I would like to see his bat belt shown more and maybe the cape extended out a little bit more.
Well, this is a replica of the
statue from the funeral
statue, the memorial statue from the end of Dark Knight Rises.
Okay.
Yeah. Luke, it's like the guy who lives in Tyneside that has a Transformer replica. I'm sure I've seen something about that, Luke. It looked phenomenal. There's also someone who's got a from Red Dwarf, Starbug, life-size Starbug in his back garden. Insane, absolutely insane. Andrew, this makes him angry. It'll be Jeff Bozo and some trying to buy the OnlyFans who seem to matter these days. They're picking it up. Or the guy that built a massive AT-AT. Yeah, I saw that one as well, Wayne. Did you guys see that?
No.
Yeah, he had an AT-AT in his back garden.
I'd rather have that. I'd rather have that.
Yeah. Peter will have that ordered next week. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, guys. The third Mummy will no longer be canon, says the Mummy 4 director, which is fine because I cannot remember what the hell the Mummy 3 was about, other than it having abominable snowmen in. Is that the one with the terracotta army?
It's the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Dragon Emperor. Yeah. So this is going to be a direct sequel to the Scorpion King. This film. Yeah, that's coming out.
Is that not a bit? I suppose it's like so long, no one's going to really care anyway. But like,
it's because no one cares about the third film. If you're a fan of the franchise, the third film is naff by comparison. Also, I believe this is also going to have The Rock in it as well. Now I'm pretty sure he's more or less confirmed to be coming to it as well. Because obviously the last time he was on it, it was really janky CGI one. It was awful.
Yeah,
the one I have him in person this time, I believe.
Yeah, and then I think didn't they replace Rachel Weisz like the dad, not
I believe
the character,
so.
like the actress. So yeah, she's coming back for this, isn't she as well? So like just erasing that. That's fair enough. Like,
I wonder if they'll because they'll have to have an adult person playing the child this time. So I wonder who they're going to cast as their adult son this time. That'll be cool.
Jacob Elordi or someone like that probably. Taron Egerton, I think I'd like to see as a leader franchise.
Good shout.
Fuzzy saying Andrew gets very emotional over things on the internet. I'm concerned. He's a little ball of pent-up rage. Now, I don't understand what the One Piece is. It's the secret or something that's involved with the pirates or something. But I thought this was quite interesting. It's never been revealed what it is. Now, the creator has written it on a bit of paper, what the answer is or what it is, and then has put it in a little chest and sunk it to the bottom of the sea. I don't know why. Well, that's quite interesting. Are you guys familiar with One Piece at all?
I've seen the series. I've never seen the animated series, but I watched the show on Netflix. I'm completely confused. What did he do?
So the answer to what the secret or the One Piece is, people have been searching for it or whatever. He's written it on a bit of paper, put it in this little chest, and then put it in something and sunk it to the bottom of the sea. I don't.
So just like a piece of paper into the bottom of the sea?
Yeah, it's in that thing on the side there. This kind of hole. Yeah. So it's a PR stunt for, I think it was to be a celebration or something like that of One Piece getting near the end or something.
As the One Piece animated series, how many years has that been going on? Does anybody know?
I think
20 something years.
There's thousands of episodes of that.
And it's never ended? It's never come to a conclusion, obviously?
No.
Damn. The manga's still going as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the book's still going. Yeah, I think the book's still going.
Issue 1080 or something.
Yeah. At this point. See, this is where we need Simon on the show to tell me what the hell the One Piece is. We're going to get to him by the end of the show. Fuzzy, I'm going to talk a little bit about him on the review section. Bezos fishing out to make a One Piece of Power TV series. God, yeah. Season 2 just came out. Is it out now? Is it? I haven't watched it.
Oh, really?
I enjoyed season 1. Season 1. Fuzzy. Oh, Jesus. I just wanted to very, very briefly mention this, guys. This is an auction up next to me. One of the most significant collections of British comic book arts and some American comic books is gone on sale through the auction house. This guy had thousands and thousands and thousands of original artwork pieces, comic books, and all kinds of stuff. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, it's well worth checking out. I'm loving that Frankenstein original artwork.
Cool, isn't it?
It looks amazing. So yeah, well worth checking out if you're into your original artwork, particularly British artwork. There's also an awful lot of things like Commando books and stuff like that. You know, those little books. So yeah, they look pretty cool as well. Efren, I didn't know if you were aware of this. This is Larry Lieber, who is doing a special signing event with CGC and also doing some sketch opportunities. I don't think I've ever seen Larry do stuff like this before. Is this something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah. I mean, if I could, first thing I've heard of it, that's Stanley's brother. People but that's interesting. Yeah.
I'm not sure what the prices are, but like I say, I've never seen him doing that kind of, and you never really hear much talk of this chap anymore. But like you say, he was instrumental in the start of Marvel Comics. So I know I said I would not do anything with CGC sign events, but I am. I have to say, I am tempted by this one.
I have his autograph in a couple books already that I didn't even know I had. Yes, I went back on some books that that Amazing Spider-Man 700 when he's going over the skyline.
Yeah.
I got that signed by so many artists. I don't remember even how I even did it, but obviously I did because I got two of them, and his signature is on both of those books, I believe, I feel like cracking it open and getting other signatures on there now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a one that jumps out at me, I have to say. Yeah. This other thing, I just spotted it popped up on Instagram or something like that. Now, I don't know, because you know how the news cycle works. I don't know if this is new or if this is off a while ago or whatever, but it just made us chuckle. Based on the stuff we're talking about Bruce Campbell a little while ago, it just made us chuckle.
The fact that they've sent it to Bruce Campbell is hilarious.
Yeah. And I love the fact it's Tony Maguire. You know what I mean?
Maguire, yeah.
I'll chip in because I love Tony Maguire. It made us laugh. It made us happy in a week that was full of horrible stuff on the news. That made us smile a little bit. We've talked an awful lot about Absolute Batman and the mental prices that book has rocketed to. The poster that was in comic shops is now also going for crazy prices as well. $200, $150. Just insane. So if you've got one of these or you've seen one of these in your local comic shops, well worth picking up and sticking on eBay before the bubble bursts for the poster. Do you know when you go into a comic shop and they've stuck a poster on the wall? The advertising poster, $200.
I'll have to look what my guy's got on his walls. I bet he's probably still got one of them.
It's mental.
He has all sorts of walls from like all the freebie stuff they send for all the comic things. He's got loads of them.
Yeah. I mean, I know posters are sought after, but
do you think this value holds long?
No.
Yeah, but how much do you think an Absolute Batman 1 is going to be in 5
years? Well, interestingly, James, I would say the value, if you're into this kind of stuff, I guess, the value for the poster has got a better chance of holding its value because these will have been stuck on the wall and ripped off and shredded and all the rest of it. The actual comic, Absolute Batman, there's like thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of copies of it. It cannot be worth much in the future because it's not rare. It is sought after. It's a bit like your Spawn issue 1. Everybody loves that comic, but there was that many of them made. The prices stayed pretty static for the last 10, 15 years because if you want a Spawn 1, you can get a Spawn 1 without any hassle at all. I would imagine Absolute Batman's going to be exactly the same.
The only difference, I kind of disagree with you, Peter. It's Batman. So if it's going to have holding power, it will be because of that. So I think it'll dip, but I don't think it's going to dip that much.
But it's not even, is Absolute Batman considered a new character, like in the way, I suppose, like Spider-Man 2099 or something? Is it it's not introducing a character that's going to be in a movie or anything like that,
No, I just think it's been incredibly successful. I mean, it is a superb take on the character.
Yep.
The only thing that's comparable, really, in terms of the reinvention of the characters is when they've brought in the Ultimate Universe. So Ultimate Spider-Man 1, back in however long ago that was, the original version of it. That book was very pricey for a while and then hasn't retained its value. But this is different. I think this might have legs because people are loving this take on the character. It'll be interesting to see, I think, what happens when the team changes. It's doing really well at the moment, but when you drop the writer and the artist, and the artists have changed, but when you drop the writer and stuff like that, will it maintain the quality and will people drift away from it? I don't know.
Given how popular Absolute has been, I'm really surprised that the people who made the DC animated series haven't jumped on.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm sure
because you'd think that the cartoon style would work for that universe with all the monstrous characters and stuff.
Yeah, no, they absolutely will. I'm sure that'll come. It's been an incredible success for them. It's churning money, and the secondary market, like everyone says, the books are just flying, absolutely flying. So yeah. 11th printing suggests it's got longer term potential. Yeah, maybe, pal, maybe. It's just mental, isn't it? It's a good book. It is a good book. Okay, this is a bit of sad news. This is Dark Horse Comics founder Mike Richardson has been let go from the company. So this is the guy that founded Dark Horse Comics, brought in all of the big characters that I think you in particular, Sorrel, talk stuff like Sin City, Hellboy, The Mask, all that kind of stuff. He kind of fertilized the ground for all of these creators to do independent work, and supported them for years and years and years. He is a canny age, mind. I think he's 70s or something like that. But basically, the company has been bought out by Middle Earth Enterprises, and they've basically said that they want to diversify the portfolio. So they bought all the properties, and they want to focus on video games, movie properties, and things like that. So the comic arm isn't as strong or as popular as it was. And they've let him go, which is a bit of a shame considering he made the company what it is. But I guess
comic runs over the years have been awesome, haven't they? Like Dark Horse's run of Alien vs Predator was amazing, and their versions of I've always read Hellboy and stuff like that. And their Star Wars run back in the day was great as well.
Yeah.
So does this mean they're not going to be making as many comic books now, or they're going to come out fewer issues per month, or?
So it's they've not said that, Efren, but the implication is that they want to use the properties, the licenses for video games, movies, things like that, and not necessarily focus on the comic books.
Those are going to take. It's not going to be as good, right there. That tells me that.
So
hopefully,
to be fair, they don't really put out that many books these days. I think other than Hellboy, I'm trying to think what books they have ongoing. Really, Dark Horse.
Well, I'm just thinking they don't have a huge wealth of IP. Like you have Hellboy, The Mask, Barbed Wire,
Sin City,
closed kind of thing, isn't it? Really, so what? There's no.
They do all the Dark Horse. I'm sure. Do they still do the Yuzuki Jimbo books, all that kind of stuff? They do a lot of horror stuff. So yeah, they do have an interesting kind of catalog, but we'll see. It's just a shame that. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of comic industry people have jumped on this and have been saying it's appalling, he's gone and blah blah blah. I'm sure he'll have got away with a nice handshake and some cash, I would hope. But yeah, we'll see. And I think, as Fuzzy's saying, the worry in the industry more is that he took a lot of risks, this guy, in terms of creator-owned properties. All of the stuff we've just mentioned there didn't get anywhere with the bigger comic companies. Dark Horse was like a fertile ground for new ideas and things like that. So yeah, sad. Let's have a look. Yeah, this is effectively being bought by venture capitalists. I generally think the first print card stocks where the card covers haven't been ripped off will be worth more than the cover A in the long term. Yeah, potentially. Going for the Dolph Lundgren look. He does look a bit like Dolph.
Yeah.
He does. There are lots of creator-owned stuff. Concrete still has potential to be big for Dark Horse. Never read Concrete. It's just not a book I ever really got into, to be honest. Okay, then we've got this, chaps. Have you all seen the Green Lantern trailer? The Lantern trailer?
No.
You seen it, Sorrel?
I'm not interested in the slightest, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, so
it's
an interesting trailer. It's been ripped to shreds by some people. Other people have said it's great. There's some interesting little tidbits in there, like the mention of the fact that Chip is in this universe, Chip being a chipmunk Green Lantern. A lot of people have been quite irritated and upset by the fact that the Green Lantern costume doesn't look particularly green it's quite a gritty kind of version of it. I thought it looked interesting. I thought it looks like it's going to be an interesting take. James, what did you think of the trailer?
I mean, they said from the right when this was announced, it was going to be very True Detective-esque, and I think it is. I thought it was going to, it's True Detective in space, but it's kind of like no, it's just kind of True Detective, and then we'll get some space stuff. Like, yeah, I think they're hiding. I'm assuming the director is saying before going into Galactic, he's not talking about season 2, he's talking about later in the series. And we know, like, Sinestро's in this, there's going to be space battles, shit like that. So I think they're just showing the early episodes off to kind of keep all that stuff for later. Probably still working on visual effects as well. The costume, I'm guessing when he has the ring on and he's wearing the costume, it's going to, like, maybe light up in parts and it'll look more than is be my guess. I really like the look of it. I thought the dialogue seemed really cool. There's a really cool, feels like there's going to be a really interesting mystery to the center of this. I thought Kyle Chandler seemed really cool as Hal Jordan, so I was really enjoying that. It's kind of grizzled kind of vibe that he's giving off in this, you know. So like, yeah, I'm really excited to see this, and this has been one of the projects I've been most curious about from DC. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a HBO mystery detective kind of thing. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
I love both of the actors in this, so I'm keen to see. I'm keen to see what they do with it. So yeah, looks interesting. But as usual, the nerds have mobilized and kicked off about it.
Is James Gunn going to be part of this? Is he overseeing this? Does anybody know? Or
I think he's overseeing it, but I don't think he's involved with the script and things like that. There's tons. I haven't put a slide on, guys, because I couldn't be chewed. But there's loads of stuff about James Gunn at the moment about how the rumors are that he's walking away from DC at some point and going back to Marvel. There seems to be a lot of news outlets are reporting that. Whether that's just talk and chatter, who knows? But
because of the Paramount buyout, you think, or if that's
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and some shifts at Marvel as well, apparently.
Dang.
Yeah, Ethan's an absolute bell end. You're absolutely right, Fuzzy. You're absolutely right. Think Kelly McDonald's is the sheriff from the trailer. Yeah, that looks really interesting. I like the look of that. Well, Eman, nice to see you, Eman. Hope you're doing well, pal. Eman did a great video recently. Please go check out his channel of him and his daughter opening some Pokemon cards.
Oh, nice.
I loved watching it because it was how I feel with a lot of stuff with my kids. You could see he didn't have a clue what he was looking at or talking about, but his daughter knew, so she was schooling him on everything. So that was good stuff. I enjoyed that, and he's done a lot of good stuff about Transformers content. So please do check him out.
Really quick, Peter. Every now and then, when you post up what people say, like what Fuzzy says here, I have no idea what that is. I just laugh when I hear stuff like that. Like, what are you guys talking about?
Which part of it? Which part of it do we need to explain to you?
Everything. I don't get it.
So 24 karat as in gold. So this is a 24 karat Pratt or whatever, you know.
Okay.
Do you understand? Do you know what the word after right wing is?
No, that's how I just started giggling.
Yeah. I'll talk to you. Don't Google it. Don't Google it. I'll talk to you after the show.
Okay.
Yeah. James might even show you one. I don't know. We'll chat. Let's talk about what comics are coming out this week, guys. There are some nice ones. We've got, as usual, ladies and gents, please chip in and let us know if you pick any of these up. I do like that Transformers cover. It looks very, very interesting, very cool. Not interested in the X books at all at the moment. Bleeding Hearts. This is the book we mentioned earlier. Bleeding Hearts issue number 2. I mentioned this one on my show a little while ago. Absolutely phenomenal first issue. Really looking forward to getting to that one. Sorry, I think that's a book that you'll enjoy.
Yeah, I've got it on my pull list. I'm just waiting for him to get more stock of the original book in. I'm hoping it goes for a second print and I can get one. I missed out the first time around. But Dork 2's out this week as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So we've got Dork 2. So that looks very cool. I'm liking the look of that. Emperor Aquaman. So after the DC KO event, a lot of DC characters have been given a mega energy, apparently. So this is a new change for Aquaman. They keep trying to up his powers and change his powers. I don't know. I'm not really interested in that. We've got Dork issue number 2. I know you read that one, Sorrel. You enjoyed that one. I enjoyed
Dork. It was funny.
Yeah. I quite liked it. It was all right. It was all right. I will read on. Efren, did you read that one?
I've read Dork 1, but not the second one yet. No.
Yeah. What did you think of Dork 1?
It was good. It was interesting. You know, it kept me entertained. You know, which I always want from a comic book. So you know, I like the shield more than anything. That shield with the eye that talks and stuff like that kills everybody. You know, so I like that part.
Sirens were a book I missed out on the first issue on. I didn't realize that was coming back. The Gotham City Sirens. I didn't realize they were coming back. So I'm gonna definitely pick up 2 and see if I can grab a copy of 1 if he's still got it.
I missed that one as well. Not that I would necessarily grab that one, I'd have to say that's not on my.
The Alias one I want to read, Red Band 1.
Yeah, is that David Mack?
I think so. Yeah, Jessica Jones. Yeah, I want to read that.
That looks nice.
And I've got on my pull list this week, Pete, that the Buckingham Palace one. Buckingham Palace.
An Exorcism at Buckingham Palace.
Oh, really? It came out already?
It's out this week.
Oh, definitely. I like the Exorcist at 1600 pen.
1600 pen's great.
That was good. Yeah. Oh, nice.
That's that Imperial Guardians we talked about a week or 2 ago. New kind of cosmic series. I think it's been reduced to a limited series already. But it's got some great looking characters in there. Captain Marvel, Darkhawk. I love a bit of Darkhawk. Ghost Rider. So yeah, looks interesting. Looks pretty cool. The end. God, the end was awful. Didn't enjoy that at all. In 1776, I read the first issue of, and then just abandoned it. It was crap.
Hulk smashes everything. Oh,
Ordained issue 2, finally, from Bad Idea Comics. This was a really, really cool concept. First issue was cracking. I think Fuzzy reminders in the chat. Is it only 3 issues? I don't know if you guys remember we're talking about this one, but basically the guy it's basically John Wick, but he's a vicar, padre. He gets asked to go to a hospital to listen to the last rites of a dying mob boss gangster. So the mob boss gangster tells him all of his sins and stuff like that so he can absolve them. And then he gets better and realizes that he's told this guy everything bad about his life. So decides he's got to be bumped off. So sends his goons to kill him. And then it turns out that the guy's basically ex-military and he's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Nice.
So yeah, really enjoyed the first issue. Looking forward to issue 2. That'll be made into a little film or a mini series or something like that, I'm sure. Yeah, probably starring, like I say, John Wick or something. But
sorry, I would jump in the gun then. Harley Quinn Elvira, mate. Issue 5.
Never.
I do like the cover, but it's not for me. Not for me.
I've got the cover B, I think it is, which is then with like the it's like a pharaoh guard or something, like mummy style. Looks very cool.
Fuzzy saying that Tigress Island looks good. I think we read that. Sorry, we talked about that one on the show, Efren, and it's kind of like a from memory, they're all chucked on the island. It's like a last woman standing kind of thing. Let us know if I'm wrong in the chat, guys. But it looks interesting.
I have to grab that. Then. Sounds good.
Monsters. Invincible #1. DC versus AEW. Is that something you're interested in, Sorrel?
No.
Doesn't look any good to me. Let's have a look at anything down here. He-Man
Archie versus Army of Darkness, Pete.
Yeah. Did I read the first? No, I read the first issue of that. I can't remember if I read it or not.
Did you ever read it? No, I think you did. Did you not read it?
I've got a feeling I've ordered blind bags for that. And then
you have got a blind bag for that on the way. Yeah, I'm sure you have. But yeah, they have number 2 of that this week.
There you go. That's your the Exorcism at Buckingham Palace. That looks incredible.
Yeah,
that looks
Quiet Place.
Quiet Place, yeah.
Coming out.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I want to read that.
Yeah, that looks cool. I love the Quiet Place universe. So looking forward to that one.
Thing is, the Smile one weren't that good. The 100 Days of Dark, whatever it's called, that weren't very good.
It was all right.
Yeah, they're all a bit predictable, aren't they? I'm hoping this one's better.
I really enjoyed that. When we read the synopsis of it, I think that might be a good one. 51, issue 1. Basically, the president's son is put in charge of Area 51 and basically balls it up, I think. So that sounds pretty cool as well. And then we're getting into a lot of reprints and things now. Ooh, Blank Invincible. Dick Tracy, St. Patrick's Day special. That might be worth reading. Like a bit of Dick Tracy. Vampires. Skull Island's been pretty cool. I've been enjoying that. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Few interesting books this week. Fuzzy is saying, bless Efren, we'll explain it to him. Narco and Sleep, both finally out tomorrow. I can't wait to read Sleep. And The Return of Ordained by Bad Idea. Yeah, it's been delayed that much. There's actually an Ordained spin-off out in 2 weeks, but the main story hasn't been moved. Gee, gods. New mature readers Alias could be good. Yeah, we've got Kenneth in the chat. Nice to see you, Kenneth. Tigress Island looks fun. Next week, I've got 3 DC next level titles ordered: Batwoman, Lobo, and Deathstroke. You'll have to let one know what they're like, Fuzzy. They sound interesting. The Lobo one looks good. Isn't the follow-up Venom issue the Death Spiral series out? Yeah, so Death Spiral I thought was a mini-series, but it's not. It's spinning off into the main titles, Luke. I haven't got the energy to read them, I have to say, but it is spinning off into a few other issues. Thundercats blind bags are finally out. I've got 10 of those buggers ordered, I think, so we should see them over this week. I like how Bad Idea is just releasing books without all the silly marketing they used to do. I tend to respect them a bit more. Yeah, some of the marketing was crazy, wasn't it? They had some good stories as well, Bad Idea. There were some good books. Smile was very good, I thought. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't mind it.
It was just because it bounced all over the place a little bit, didn't it? I'm going to read on with issue 2, though, and see if it changes up. But I just thought it bounced all over a little bit.
Ignition Press.
Sorry, a bit like you said, I couldn't tell the difference between half.
Yeah, I couldn't work out which part was which. Yeah. Ignition Press has some solid comics worth reading. We'll check them out as well. Okay, guys, a little bit of toy news before we move on. We've got this from Mondo. This looks pretty cool. This is Tri-Clops, part of Skeletor's group. Comes with a number of different lower jaw face plates, his 2 iconic swords, and a rotating headpiece, obviously, with the different beam effects you can click on there. And he's flying weird little thing. I think he looks pretty cool, but this is a symptom of the time, guys. I'm not buying it, and I normally buy all of me Mondo 1/6 scale figures. I've passed on a couple, and I'm probably going to pass on Tri-Clops as well. I think I've got all the main bad guys that I want at the moment, but it looks like a nice figure. You're probably looking at around about £250 for that one, if you want that. And then we've got from Hot Toys, Neo from Matrix Reloaded. What do you guys think of that one?
I think it looks really cool, but my question is, why are they coming out with these toys? I mean, this movie was out like over 20 years ago. Who has the interest in this?
Because Hot Toys, Efren, are their properties, or a lot of the properties that they've got are very much based on Star Wars franchise, MCU. They paid the licenses for the likenesses, a lot of those actors, and those properties aren't putting out content. There's not a lot of new Marvel stuff, not a lot of new Star Wars stuff. So they kind of keep going back to the older franchises. So they've got the likeness for Keanu there, and they've got things like Iron Man, Spider-Man. We've got a new version of them every few days. That's because they've got the licenses for them still.
I'd be curious to see how many units are sold.
I think this is how well. So they've done 2 Matrix Neos before. They did the first movies one, which I think is the best design. If I wanted a Neo, I'd want the trench coat and the 2 guns and stuff like that. I've never been a fan of this look, And then they did the Matrix Revelations. Was it the last one? Yeah. So they have the Matrix license. So why not do a new one?
So it's interesting. They've done a couple of Neo figures. They've also done a couple of John Wick figures. I don't think they've ever nailed Keanu's likeness. There's always been the John Wick ones. The size of the forehead is horrendous. He looks deformed, in my humble opinion. This is probably as close as I've seen them get, but I haven't put the picture on here. But if you take the shades off it, it's pretty awful. It only works with the shades on this particular figure, I think. So yeah, it's not a one I'll be rushing for. I think you're right, James. When I think of Neo, that's not the look I would go for. But yeah.
I got the hair for Neo. If I put on sunglasses, I think I'd pass for him. Right?
You could, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I reckon you could pass for Neo, no problem at all.
Sorry to scare you all as well, but it's only about a couple of years away now, and it'll be approaching its 30th anniversary of the original Matrix.
Damn, 30 years?
It's crazy, isn't it? Not a great face sculpt on Neo. Not compared to my Iron Man Endgame Deluxe. Yeah, that's a stunning figure. Absolutely stunning figure. I don't know. Are you a hot toy collector, Luke? I've got a lot of hot toys, and you're just down the road from me. We'll have to meet up and show each other who dolls.
Have a play date.
Have a play date. That Neo looks more like Neo Stuntable. Yeah, instead of cute. Yeah, it does. I think the last picture looks like Neo. Yeah, with the shades on, it does look pretty good. Like I say, if you take the shades off, Fuzzy, you lose it completely. You lose it completely. Me too, pal. I've got a little bit of a thing for 1/6 scale figures. Started off slow, said I was going to buy one, and I've got probably around 150 or so now. Okay, we didn't have a lot of other toy news, so I just wanted to mention this very briefly. I've been away this weekend, Friday to Sunday. Had an absolutely cracking time. Visited a whole host of cool places. 2 vintage toy shops. I went to Droids versus Dinosaurs in Newcastle under Lyme, and then I visited the Leicester Toy Shop, which is a kind of a very, very well-known toy shop. I also visited another toy shop at the Sci-Fi Gallery as well. Visited the Close Encounters comic shop, and also the Panel Gallery, which is the UK's only comic art gallery. First, you saying obligatory open mouth shot.
It's crazy how identical like the expression is for all.
Yeah, that's my that's my style. That's my photo style. So yeah, this panel gallery was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. All original artwork, tons of Judge Dredd artwork. The chap who runs it was lovely. Talked to him for a long, long time about all kinds of stuff. And then he started showing us stuff that wasn't on the walls and was just in his box on his desk. So this piece there is by an artist called Ben Oliver. Absolutely amazing. Just incredible. $2,000. Nearly crap myself. I put it down very rapidly. But yeah, just absolutely beautiful. I then visited the Milton Keynes Sci-Fi and Movie Museum. If you've never been to that and you're in the area, highly recommend it. Highly, highly recommend it. Absolutely incredible. Only downside to it is they didn't want you taking photos inside the museum other than the designated photo spots, which I was slightly irritated at. But they had incredible stuff. Then went to the Milton Keynes Comic Con, met Lou. That was an absolute dream. Met him before I actually got in. I think I messaged, I can't remember if it was Fuzzy or if it was Chris I was talking to on the Sunday morning. I was stood in line outside, looking through my comics, and felt someone's hand on my chest, and they said, "Can you move out of the way, please?" and pushed us a little bit. And I was about to say, "Yeah," looked up, and it was basically Lou's entourage, and Lou literally brushed past us and said, "Thanks very much." And I was like, so yeah, met him straight away. So he was lovely. Inside the gallery, inside the con, bought some nice pieces and things like that. But met Lee, who does amazing artwork. Bought this Soundwave / Grumpy piece off him. Bought a fair bits of stuff. There's a video on that at the moment, and he was absolutely lovely. So really enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed myself. But there's going to be videos out on all of that coming out. I reckon I've got about 7 or 8 videos worth of content from all the photos and stuff I took. So keep an eye out for all that. Let's have a look. See, why do you have to put the Matrix into perspective like that? Now my arthritis. Obligatory open mouth shot. Glad you got the panic. Dan, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I have to say, I had a lovely time talking to Jeff, the guy who runs it. Too much of a lovely time because I ended up going over on my car parking. Because we just chatted about all kinds of stuff, art, comics, politics, the state of the world, everything. It was an absolute dream. So yeah, lovely guy to chat with. Stunning place. All free. You just go in and have a look around. Really cool. Ben's a local and good friend of his. Yeah, Ben Oliver, we talked about that as well. That Ben just dropped stuff off to him. I don't think $2,000 is banned for Ben Oliver, to be fair. He does great comic covers. Fuzzy's work was phenomenal. I mean, the detail on that image was incredible. And I've got some images of other stuff to show that Ben's done. And it was amazing. And I also picked up, I'm not going to show them off because I've got a video on it. As I was going through the different artwork, I was talking to the guy who owns the shop, saying, you know, what kind of prices are you talking for original artwork, blah, blah, blah. That's when he said, well, the piece you've got there is $2,000. And I was like, yeah. Gently put it back, flicking through stuff. And then I saw 2 pieces that I just had to have. And I thought, oh, God, I need to buy this, but it's going to cost us a fortune. And it's silly and it's pathetic, the characters. But basically, it was only 60 quid and 80 quid. So I bought both of them. And it's some original pages of the Banana Man comic. of Eric turning into Banana Man. So I just had to have that. Had to have it.
When you went to the Leicester toy shop, did you see the two guys that run it, that do the YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I see them at Doncaster Toy Fair quite a lot. They're really nice guys.
Joe, and I can't remember the chap's name.
Yeah, never remember. Ian? Is it Ian?
Might be, yeah.
Why,
I had a good
why
chat
is the name Ian in my head?
Joe was a little bit jet lagged because he's just come back from the States. He's been to the States on a toy hunt, bought so much stuff that he actually bought a Hummer, filled his car, he sends the Hummer back. So yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. Okay, so lots of videos coming about that stuff. A couple of reviews, guys. I'm getting a bit of bounce back, chaps. Can you just pop yourselves on mute if you're not talking? Start off with this. Glenn Powell, The Running Man. Watched that last night. Any of you guys seen it?
Yeah, I saw it in the cinema.
James is going to say it was great. Do you like it, James?
I really liked it. I thought it was really fun. It was a good action. God, you're such a miserable bastard sometimes, Peter. I swear.
Miserable bastard. I just have different taste and different style to yourself.
I think it's a fun, high octane action thriller movie. I think Glenn Powell's really great, and it made me think he'd be a really good Captain America. I like the universe in it. I thought it had some good humor in it. Like Michael Cera's character was funny. I just like the setup of it and stuff like that. And I saw it twice actually. I thought it was really good.
I thought it was crap. I thought it was not a patch on the original. The original is far superior. I thought the writing was naff. I thought it didn't flow. It jumped all over the place. And I thought I quite like Glenn Powell. I know Fuzzy's not a big fan. I quite like Glenn Powell. I thought this film did him a massive disservice. I came away not liking him particularly in this. I thought his performance was shite. So yeah, I was not a fan, as was my wife.
I just think it's a fun.
People are allowed different opinions, Mr. Keegan.
I know. I'm just commenting on your opinion. You're wrong.
So yeah, it wasn't a fan. Wasn't a fan at all. Wasn't a fan. So yeah, a couple of people are commenting. Edgar White has fallen off. Yeah, it's not. He's not. Yeah, Running Man has got to be the worst of King's work. Can't get into any of it, original included. I have to go back and rewatch the original, actually, Ash. It's years since I've seen it, to be fair, to give it a fair kind of go. My wife had been to a talk a couple of nights ago from an investigator of true crimes, and they talked about this case. So when she came back, she wanted to watch this American Murder, The Family Next Door. This is from a good few years back. I don't know if you're familiar with this case, Efren, but this is a Netflix documentary. If you're into your true crime stuff, this was really, really interesting, but massively disturbing. Basically about a happy family, a man, a wife, and two children, and his wife's pregnant with the third kid, and then the wife and the two kids go missing. And you basically get the story of what's transpired. Any of you guys seen this?
I've seen bits of it. I don't think I've ever watched it fully through, though.
Oh, just
yeah, it's horrific, isn't it? It's horrific.
Never heard of it.
It's an interesting one, Efren, and I mean, I'll not spoil it for you, but yeah, it's a horrible, horrible one.
Is it more than one episode or just one episode?
No, just one episode. Just one episode. If you're like I say, if you're into your true crime and stuff like that, it's worth watching. It is worth watching. I stuck The Bride on here because I know you've seen it, Sorrel. I saw your review of it.
Yeah.
What did you think? Have you
guys not seen it?
I've not seen it yet. No.
Oh, I loved it, mate.
I have.
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Mr. Keegan?
Yeah. I really, when it was over, I was like,
so harsh.
Did I like it?
So
I'm not really sure. I think it does some interesting stuff. I like the 1930s setting. I think that's a fun take on it. I didn't really like the framing of the story. Like, it does this kind of Mary Shelley kind of thing that I really wasn't a fan of. I really hated that Jessie Buckley kind of swaps between accents. I thought it would have been good to just stick with the 1930s kind of ditzy girl kind of New York voice. I didn't like her spout. Like, it's like she has Tourette's and she comes out with like tics.
Do you not think
stuff? If
they removed that element, though, the film would be about 50 times more forgettable. The fact that is in it sticks out in your head, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas you take that all out
that's
of
the
it.
problem. I think I would have enjoyed the movie a lot more and like found it more like.
I know a lot of people saying if you take that away from it, it just becomes another forgettable. adaptation of Frankenstein.
I think it actively hurt the movie. You know, it's Christian Bale's fantastic in it. I think Jessica Buckley's performance, regardless of issues with the choices, she's really great in it. It has like a detective subplot that I thought was like, you could not have gone cheesier with that than that's possible, you know, with like Penelope Cruz and Peter Sarsgaard. But like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't rush out to see it. I'm probably never going to watch it again, but it's like, I don't think it's bad. I didn't hate it. I didn't really particularly like it or love it.
On the other hand, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. Can't wait to own it on DVD.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Efren, you going to rush to see this one?
No.
The delay made that all the more better, didn't it?
No. Yeah. I'm going to probably try and get to see this one, see what's out at the cinema at the moment. Me and the missus might try and get to see it. Okay. Right, guys, we're going to call it there because time's getting on. Just to mention the memberships on my channel, and Sorrel's got memberships on his channel as well if you want to go check that out. Massive thank you to you all. 20 people are now channel members. Really do appreciate that. So big thank you to Simon, Jason, Joshy Boy, Connie, Mr. McGroovy, Paul, Rob Fatstacks, Andrew, Stephen Butler, Bat Dan, Dr. Von Hoot, Luke, Fuzzy, Phil, Sean, Ed, Phil from Rogue Photography, Terry, Chris, Wayne, and Claire Prescott. Really do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. It is much appreciated. So thank you for that. Like I say, current video out at the moment, came out on Sunday, is my little trip to the Comic Con. All the other stuff's going to follow over the next couple of months. But I wanted to get this one out while the Comic Con was fresh in everybody's mind. So yeah, thank you very much to everybody that's watched that so far. Really appreciate it. This week's video is all about large-scale treasury editions. I found a load of those. Some beautiful books. Have you got many of those, Efren, the treasury books?
I used to collect them as a kid. I have no idea what I did with them. Obviously, they were thrown away, but I used to love those books.
I just love them.
Yeah.
I just love them.
Please go back on that forum that you found that image on and post that and say, I found these in a lot.
yeah. Superimpose it on the same background. Yeah. So yeah, love those. Great books. Just to mention, this Saturday I am on Only Slabs. It's 6:30 UK time because of the time difference that Efren mentioned. I'm going to be showing off some stuff that I've never shown before. Books that I've bought recently and some slabs I've not shown before. So please do check that out. That's on at 6:30, and I'll probably go back and do videos on the stuff I bought. But I bought some interesting stuff. Chaps, what have we got occurring? We'll start down the bottom. Sorrel, what's happening over on your channel?
I've got a bunch of videos coming out this week, and I'll be next live on Saturday, so watch out for that.
Saturday instead of Sunday?
Yes, right. I ain't done Sunday in a while, but yeah, Saturday.
Okay, good stuff. Efron?
Peter and I are going to be doing our advanced orders, hopefully, sometime next week or this week. I want to do our question show too. It's another month that we ask each other 2 questions. And I just, I've been getting more likes and more views just walking my dog. Just so that you guys I got 2 videos of my dog. I got like over 1,500, views on that alone, separate, 2 videos. So I'm going to be putting more pictures of my dog than comic books in the future.
Get your dog. Get your dog running around your garden with your AF-15 in its mouth. You chase it.
I'll go viral. Out of his mouth. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I get a bunch of more subscribers.
Christ, don't, Efren, don't. If it cracks the case and punctures the comic, it'll be my fault. Yeah. That'll be cool. Mr. Keegan?
We have had a few Scream videos over the last week or so. So we have a Scream, I'll Be Right Back, on the original movie. So that was a fun one to do. And then our Scream 7 spoiler review is also up on the channel. Next I'll Be Right Back will be on Leprechaun 3. So that's going to be for Paddy's Day. So that'll be a bit early. And then I'm not sure if I can do a live show on Friday. We haven't talked about whether we were doing one anyway. But we'll have to confirm that behind the scenes. So may or may not have a show this Friday. But I'll Be Right Back will be like Sunday or Monday anyway, so there'll be a video over that period regardless.
What's Leprechaun 3? Not Leprechaun in the Hood, no? Or is there a Leprechaun 3?
Vegas.
Oh God!
And then it's in space. It's in space
It's in
then,
space.
and then it's in the hood, and then it's back to the hood.
Oh my God. Leprechaun 3 is in Vegas.
It's in Vegas.
Vegas,
Yeah.
And then outer space. Oh my
And then
They're all
fourth in
atrocious.
space.
They're all atrocious.
Yeah.
I can't
It's
wait.
It's our
I'm really
Paddy's Day
excited.
tradition, you know. So we have to do. They're always our best videos. They're always our most fun ones. Like, yeah.
May I say this Friday, gents? It's Friday the 13th, and it's also Mothering Sunday on the Sunday. So you've got to watch Friday the 13th Part 1 this weekend. as well, at some point.
Okay, chaps. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry. Should just mention at some point over the weekend I will be doing my one-man show as well. Not sure when. I'll speak to Sorrel, find out what time he's going live so we don't cross over.
I'll be doing it like mobile style, and I'll probably go about live about 2 o'clock, mate. So
All right, yeah. So I'll normally do it about 5-ish or something
Yeah,
like that, but I'll confirm that
You won't
on
plan.
Instagram. Okie dokie. Thank you so much, everybody that's watched tonight. Really, really do appreciate it. And we'll catch you next time. Take care. Bye.
The curtains close, it's time to go. We really hope you enjoyed the show. Check out my channel for more geeky fun and hit like, subscribe before you run. All that remains is our thanks to you from Triple G and his YouTube crew. We really do hope you come on back, but for now, that's your whack. Yeah, that's your whack.